Hey everybody, welcome back to Kolossal HQ for another episode of Kolossal Plays. Although I guess I should say it's a special edition since we will not be playing today. Yeah, once again we'll be doing an unboxing in the spirit of Christmas and the holiday season. Last week we unboxed Mezzo, and this week we will be unboxing Papillon from J.B. Howell. Joined as always by my frenemies, Chris Byer. Premises on the premises, and we will pop this thing open and show you what you are receiving if you haven't already got your copy, or what you can of course pick up from retailers when it gets there.
Yeah, so I will preface this. This is not the deluxe edition. This is the standard version. So it does not have the little plastic capsules inside
For butterfly storage.
It's just the basic version.
Okay, so I'm going to scoot back. So
I'm gonna get
we're not a pirate team here where he has a hook and I have an eye patch.
I'm going to get ham with a dental hook. All right, if you want to open that up, I'm going to transition
here. All right.
So I'll let you explore this. I opened my personal copy yesterday. So
I have not opened mine yet. So let's see. Punch board.
So these are
extra butterfly pieces. We have a punch board with the caterpillars, well, some of the caterpillars, and the planter bases that are used for scoring, and one flower bonus token.
Yeah.
I'll punch these as we go.
Yeah, that's fine. So the first of two punch sheets with the flower tiles, I want to draw special attention to these four here. These are extra. They're trash. Throw them away.
Okay. More garden tiles.
Yeah. First of the flower punch boards. Again, this stuff here is trash. Throw it away. They're just extras on the punch board from an older die cut.
Right. If there's no game iconography of any sort on it, then it's free to be tossed.
So I will be going over flower assembly after we go through all the components. So I'm not going to punch these just yet. But we have the purple flowers here, the lavender, and then the red and the yellow flowers on this punch board, and then the blue flowers on this punch board. And they have a specific way that they are built and assembled. So I'm going to hang on to these.
Oh, there's the board.
If you want to take the gnomes and the caterpillars out of there.
Sure.
Then we have the garden kind of central play area board, and then on the flip side,
I believe we refer to it as the draft board.
Sure, the draft board, and then on the flip side, the score track for the end of the game. If you don't want to use the score pad, stickers for meeples. If you want to sticker your meeples, they only work on one side of the meeples, not both sides. We just have lots of different variations of the one side. Or you can leave your meeples naked.
Please, family stream.
Sorry, nude. The butterflies. Again, this is not the capsule version. I don't know how they come packed in the capsule version. They might already be in there. Extra bags. And plastic holders. Now, if you have the deluxe version, it's also going to have the contents of Beyond the Meadow inside the box already. Ours does not have that. We will be unboxing this separately. But I have seen some people thinking that these plastic bases are for the fountains that come in here. They are not. They're for the flowers themselves. So real quick, let's take a look at the butterflies. Side.
Here's the gnomes. These guys. Oh, this is the first time I've seen the bag. That's very nice.
Spread these out. There should be 12 butterflies of each. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then you also get one extra clip for the color. It's not a broken butterfly, it is a spare in case one of your clips breaks. 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. There's my paints and my extra clip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wonky. And these clips, if you get one that's all askew, if you just squeeze it right on where the spring is and kind of push it back together, it should
realign them.
Realign it, yeah. Extra clip, blue. 2, 4, 6, 8. Perfect. So your extra butterfly punch board, I put mine just in between the insert and the box in case you ever need it. So it's out of the way, but you have it and it's there.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Yeah, and I keep the extra clip in with the color itself. Bag these up real quick. So if you have the capsule version, you can put them in the nice hard plastic capsule case, and your butterflies will be better protected than they are in this. But even still, the way that I am going to put this away, they should not be at any risk for damage, because we'll use the same capsule space for the butterflies themselves. And we didn't have any that were that had come loose. But if you find that you have any that have separated from the clip, all you need is a little dab of glue, just right there, and then you just stick it right on there, give it a second to dry, and it's good as new.
Yeah, it hasn't been real common of what we've heard, but it can happen. As you can see, we opened this from the shrink.
I've seen some people have some pretty significant issues, whereas others have had very minor. So it could just be very isolated anomalies as packing goes. My personal copy did not have any issues. This one clearly does not have any issues. But it is possible. It is a piece of cardboard glued to a clothespin. So these are all bagged up. So once you get all that...
I've got your purple flower ready to go.
Oh, I wish you hadn't have unpunched that.
Oh.
So, Ham already unpunched it.
What can I say? I'm in a frenzy. The gamer in me comes alive when I get to punch new.
But I want to draw special attention to the purple one when you're unpunching this, because of how tall and thin this central piece is. So when you're unpunching this, to kind of guarantee that you don't accidentally bend this, you don't want to punch it from the bottom and pull up. If you hold your finger down and lift the punch board away from the flower, it'll keep the stress off of the flower piece itself, and it'll put the stress on the punch board, which you don't care about. So if you try and keep the piece flat on the table and then pull the punch board away from it while supporting the thinner parts, you should be able to avoid any damage to your pieces like that.
Yeah, and they're not super delicate. I obviously have a good idea of how to punch those things, but these are not delicate hands. These are giant smashers, unlike Bayer's beautiful, delicate, artistic hands.
Piano, little piano.
Yeah, and I got them out there without doing any harm.
So when you're done with your tiles, you can just throw them all in that bag.
Okay. Here's a couple.
Now, whether you sticker your meeples or not, I throw my gnomes in there because it's a nice sized bag. And then I'm going to pull the insert forward a little more here. So there are 2 wells here underneath. So if you have the deluxe version, this is where your capsules will stack, and you can keep your meeples and your caterpillars and gnomes and stuff in these 2 wells underneath here, and then the capsules will stack on top of that, keeping it underneath. The planter bases go in this here, and then the score pad sits on top and secures those down in there. And then once Ham is done putting all the tiles in the bag, the tiles go in this spot here, so that the tiles and all the stuff is separate from your flowers, which are going to go in here. because this is designed in such a way that you only have to assemble your flowers one time, and then you never have to assemble them again. I'm going to put the sticker sheet down here because I don't plan on using it, for this copy at least. So then, in these two wells, you'll have your butterfly bonus tokens, your caterpillar tokens, your workers, your gnomes, all the other kind of small bits, and then the butterflies are going to go on top in this section here, and they'll just be layered on top of each other. And because they're so light, they're not going to, crush each other, and they're separated by the section here, so there's no risk of the bag sliding over and damaging them.
There you
go. So we'll tie this shut.
If you want to send me any of the other punch boards.
I do not. Here, you can punch out the bonus tokens.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna let's see what we want to do here. I'm going to talk about assembling the flowers. I'm going to start with the purple because this is one of the more the trickier ones. So the best way to do these flowers is to purple flowers especially is to put the flower parts on first. And so there's these notches, these interior notches, which are going to be really difficult to put on if you put the cross pieces in first. So I put the purple ones on the individual stems first, and then we'll assemble them together. Now if you find that it's loose, you can just put just a tiny dab of glue in there, and it should sit just fine. I don't have to do that on any of these. Hopefully this is clear enough. I think maybe we'll record a second video that's just specifically flower assembly with a little more close-up.
Yeah, post it to BGG.
And then slide these together. So the this here is your assembled purple flower. Again, I put the petals on first, and then I put the cross piece in, and then you're going to take one of your plastic stand things and just slot that into the bottom, and that should help it stay secure.
You want to show it with a planter?
Yeah, sure. So the way that these are designed is so that you can just throw your planters down, and then these will fit right inside there, and it's a tight fit, so you can pick up the whole, well, not this one specifically, but you can pick up the whole thing more easily.
And generally speaking, you'll want to have the cross pieces, in between the numbers shown on the planters, so players can see the scoring metrics. But
you want to try assembling them?
Oh, petals first. Petals first.
All right. Go ahead and hand me the blue one.
There you
go. On the other three types of flowers, there are letters, A's and B's, beside the slots, and on the bottom side of the flowers, there's also a corresponding letter. So let me punch out enough for one flower here. So we need 2 A's, 4 A's, 6 B's. We will do bird bath assembly here after when we open the expansion.
Okay, so almost have. Do you have another petal over there anywhere? Oh, it's right here. I got it. In a blind spot. Almost there. And do you have a plastic base for me over there?
Here, I'm going to give you 4 because I'm going to have you do the other of the.
And there we go.
So here's this. So on the blue flower here, the hydrangea, it goes BAB on both sides. And you're going to want to work from either top to bottom or bottom to top. So you take your B, slot that in, and then an A, which is the larger one, slot that in, and then your B, slot that in. Same thing on the other side. Just make sure that your letter side is facing down, so you don't have letters face up, obstructing your
beauty,
making your beauty less beautiful,
diminishing your beauty.
Yes, there you go.
We mustn't have it.
So put the B, and then the A, and then the B.
I will need 8 A's.
You need B's.
Yes, 8 B's.
There you go. So this one's a little loose. So this one is a little loose. I would add glue to this one. It doesn't take much, just enough to hold it. And slot that in. And then that's the blue one. Now for the red and the yellow, these have little punch outs in the center of the piece. So if you have like a toothpick or something to help push those pieces out without damaging the component, that would be ideal. What do you need a hook for?
You got a little
hanger
little
on.
trimmer there, a little hanging edge that my meaty fingers cannot access.
So these here are for the red flowers, the shorter ones. So I'm going to punch all these out. And they, again, like the blue ones are lettered A's and B's. I'm just going to punch these pieces out real quick from the middle.
Lovely.
Alright, I'm going to grab one of these and one of these. Nope. There you go. And you're going to need 1 A and
4 B's.
So here's a B. Here's your B's. So these and the yellow ones have a little notch to help secure them. So when you're going to take it and you're going to slide it straight down, and then you're going to push it to the side a little bit so that the flower slides into that notch, and that'll help secure it on here really, really well. Just push it straight down and then slide it over, and then that's locked in there. That's not going anywhere. And then they'll just slot together, just like that.
There's a red flower.
Another one, and then yellow. There's one for you.
Okay.
And another. So then again, you're going to need an A and 4 B's.
4 B's, yes.
I didn't punch out your centers if you want to do that.
Is this mine as well?
No. There's an A at the bottom of your stack there.
Okay.
That can go away. So just like the other ones, these slide straight down and then slide over. And they'll lock into place on top. And again, I just matched A's to A's and B's to B's, and then slot the two pieces together and secure them with the clip on the bottom. Can you give me the score pad?
Yep.
Goes up there, that goes there. All the caterpillars can go in one bag. And then the bag that had the bases for the flowers, or the clips, is what I use to store the bonus tokens.
Go. Just another caterpillar.
Oh, that's trash. And this fits down in here. Put the bonus tokens back in here. So then in this section here we have the tiles, the score pad underneath the planters, and then in the two wells in here we have the caterpillars, the bonus tokens, the workers, the gnomes, and then
The butterfly.
the butterflies can just lay right on top, nice and secure and away from the weight of the tiles. Those all fit in there. Now, putting the flowers in here. The purple and the purples have to lay on their side, and that's what this section is for here. So you can put them like that.
Laying like an X, right? Yeah.
And like that. And they will fit snugly in the side here. And then the other ones, it's just a matter of kind of maneuvering them in such a way that they nest together in this space. That, and then the board sits above them, just above where it is, or where they, it's about a millimeter above the height of that, and then this sits flush on top. Now we're going to open the Beyond the Meadow expansion and add that stuff in here too, because there is the fountains, which are a bit tricky as well. As we can see here, everything is fitting just fine. And the fountains are going to go in here with the flowers too.
Okay. Beyond the Meadow. Bring this back up.
Yeah.
Everything is out.
So we have predators, birds, wildflower module, predators, birds. This bird here, these blank ones are trash. It's just using the same die cut as the other bird and predator stuff. And then these are left over from an older die cut. Those are also trash. So the wildflower module and the honeybee module, I keep them together, but there are specific rules for adding them to the game.
Individually.
Yeah, which is covered in the rules. You can bag them separately if you want. For these, you will need to provide your own bag, which I don't have right now. Predators, I keep the predator tokens in the predator bag, and birds get bagged by themselves in their own bag. So we'll need 2 bags.
Let's see what I use it for you here.
Okay. So in here we have our bird module, our wildflower module, our honeybee module, the predator module with the predator cards, the goals, and then the bag for the predators themselves, and then the last is the fountains.
Wow, That's a very industrial punch method you have there.
It's fast and efficient. So then all the predators can go in here, and that can stay in the same spot as the flower bag or the tile bag. And the goal cards and the predator cards can fit underneath. So you can just put those down here, and it is large enough for sleeved cards, obviously, because it fits an entire bag. And then I also have these obnoxiously large bags for these things, which can be kept down here, but these bags are so big I'm not going to do that.
What can I tell you? It's live. This is the excitement of live broadcasting.
I'm only going to show one fountain, or one punch board worth of fountains. They all are the exact same in the way that they are assembled. So you have two parts, just like the flowers, to form a cross. And then you have a top, which is going to slot in on top of that. So the best way to do these flowers...
You mean fountains?
Fountains, thank you. Is to slot it, but not slot it all the way. And then you're going to take your fountain, and you're going to slot these two sections here, so that the cross pieces on the one side are locked in and lined up, and then you're going to push the bottom up and push those into the other two spots. Because if you push the fountain all the way together first, then when you're putting the top on, you're trying to align 4 little pieces instead of 2. This way, when you do it, you can already have the 2 locked in, and then when you push it in, you're just pushing on the bottom. And then those just assemble and lock right in.
Very nice.
Which is the easiest way to do it. So start with the top piece, and then push the bottom piece into both the base and the
other 2 notches.
Other 2 notches at the same time. Yeah. Like that. And then everything will stick together nice and tight. And again, if you have something loose, just add a dab of glue and it'll hold it together forever.
Yeah, they're not going to get too much wear and tear on them.
No, and that's the thing. Like if you build these once and never disassemble them, that you shouldn't have any issues for years to come.
So funny, these are another example of the beautiful things that I never get to play with. By the time they're made, I'm already on to the next project. So, yeah, they're very nice. I seem to recall them being flat wooden discs when we tested them.
Yeah, it was nothing like this. So there's 4 of them. Once you have them all assembled, they just fit. They can fit down inside among all your flowers.
If anything, will add to the stability of the transport.
Yeah, it'll help fill the space too. So, but I mean, even then, these flowers are not going anywhere. I can shift this all around, and with the board on top, they're not gonna.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're getting pretty crazy with them, they'll be fine.
Getting crazy with flowers. And then we have the wooden Predator upgrade, which is just wooden discs with stickers. It replaces the punchboard pieces. If you have that, you can sticker it. You can throw them in the same bag.
Yeah, exactly.
And then that'll fit right in here. That I'm not concerned with right now. But then everything fits back on top. You have your rule book and your lid.
You're good to go.
And then all that sits nice and flush. And you have both the base game and all the expansion content in one box.
Do we have any questions?
That's Papillon. We do not, but we'll let the stream catch up here.
Okay. Well, while the stream catches up, we hope that everybody's Papillon got to them in great shape, and certainly if you have any issues, you can just open a ticket at kolossalgames.com. I believe
I have a link to post.
He's going to post the link to it, and our customer service team will get to you as fast as they possibly can. Sometimes it takes a little while, but I promise you we do answer every ticket. And with a little news to the future, our next campaign is going to be on Thursday, January 9th. Almanac the Dragon Road from Scott Olms. We are so excited about this game. And we will be doing a live play of that next Tuesday. We're going to be back on Tuesday following the holidays. And everybody will get a chance to watch that, where we play a worker placement game in which you travel to a new place each round, and each board has its own set of rules and everything, and you try to become the most famous merchant in a whimsical fantasy realm. And it's a really cool game, super fun project, and we hope we can show it to you and get you excited for it.
That's launching in 2 weeks, right? Or is it
January the 9th.
Next week?
Yeah, Thursday the 9th.
Oh, so it's launching the week that we stream it.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Got it.
A week from this Thursday. So, definitely excited for that one. And
it's a big game. It's one of the biggest ones we've done.
Yeah.
It's very cool, very different.
And Scott is a joy to work with, and super creative, super fun guy. I'm sure you're familiar with his other works, many of them, but some of them, like the Tiny Epic series.
Many epic works.
Yeah, exactly. Mini epic, and that's very strong. So if there's no other questions, then
I don't see any.
We'll go ahead and call it a stream, and thank you everybody for joining us, and hope that that helps you see what some of the goodies in Papillon are and how to assemble them and place them in your box for safekeeping and future plays for years to come. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next week.